Okay, is this public? We could do this public.
You're live now.
Okay, guys, come back on. Tell them to go over to the YouTube. Let me.
You want to sit here?
No, you're good. Hand me my phone. See if they'll figure out how to come. Did you leave that public when you did it? Do you know if it's public?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it is public.
I thought so. I didn't do anything special.
Michelle's here.
Michelle's there.
Michelle's there.
Are we on the same site, Michelle, or are we live on YouTube? Oh, look, it's going on my phone. I'll just send that. Hello, Michelle. Okay, there's Jonathan. He's caught up. Okay,
We're back.
Oh, we're on public.
I think.
Okay, so we're on public. So we have to talk nicer. Oh, screw that. Let's just be ourselves. Okay, we're going to stay on public because otherwise we'd have to redo the link and put it back up, and
You
then
can
you guys
always
would have
make
to
it
re-click.
private after if we don't want it public.
True that. But they're here, so they're used to it. Okay, so you are now here with Sandra and Jeannie again on the public deal. And you all missed the concert, so you're going to have to refer to previous 36-second video where we were all live. And yes, hi, there's my daughter. My daughter's found it.
Yeah.
So yay. So here we go. So does anybody have any questions of the three sisters? Remember, how does this look right here? Because we have three women pounding on things, getting ready to go to a witch thing tomorrow night? Night after night?
Saturday.
It's what
Saturday
is
night,
it? The
whatever.
fall solstice ritual, harvest moon ritual.
Yes, so
Witches
we're
ritual.
going to the witches ritual, and there are three of us. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. Okay, so yeah, let's open this up to questions of the three wise women. Imagine that we have eyes in the middle of our forehead. Does anything have anybody? Does anything have anybody to say? If not, we're going to just start talking about something. And believe me, we have been talking for I don't even know how many days because I've lost track of days, obviously. But there's nothing new there. So if y'all have any questions that you want to go into, if not, we're going to talk about what were we talking about earlier? We're talking about Bigfoot.
And we were also talking about high 4D beings. And
and the tricks that they're going to play, and
yeah, the you guys need to know this. When you start raising to high 4D, then it is
I was
very.
about to ask about 4D.
Oh, awesome! As you're going up to high 4D, put this over here so I don't like break it or anything because I'll get rambunctious. As you're getting up into 4D, you guys need to be aware that usually mid to low 4D, you're going to run into geckos. Now, geckos, really, you shouldn't have any trouble with. If you're following me, you really shouldn't have any trouble dealing with them. You've been dealing with the Illuminati gecko group your whole life. So just continue doing what you're doing. Remember that they get into technology. So they're going to tempt you. They're going to try to fear you into getting on a spaceship with fear. They're going to tempt you with not having to worry about money or jobs or food. They're going to tempt you with teleportation and time travel. Those things are already being used. They have been being used for a long time, especially even in the United States by Americans since the 40s, easily. Those aren't new little things they're trying to tempt you with. But those are all gecko moves. But as you go from 4D up, the pigeons will step in. And the pigeons, let me warn you that if a pigeon steps in when you're in mid 4D and up, you will hit your knees. I guarantee you will. You will be overcome with the most incredible feelings of relief, of bliss, of love that you have never felt. But you need to understand that at that level, it will be followed by follow me. You need to be with me. You need to come with me I can do it for you. You need to be with me for you to feel this way, which you do. And any of that is a warning spell. That is, do not fall for this. That the love and bliss and relief that you are feeling in that moment is nothing compared to 5D. It is a big change from 3 and 4D, what you have been. And it will feel like heaven, but it is not. Don't fall for it. 5D is nothing compared to outside this game, but at least it's you doing it. Don't fall for these guys that stand in front of you and go, and you hit your knees in awe. That is a sign of a pigeon, pure and simple. They know what you need, they know what you want, and they will do the best they can to give it to you to get you to follow them. That is not 5D. It will keep you absolutely entrenched in the fourth dimension because either way, gecko or pigeon, you are following somebody else. It is not, you are giving your power away, your God energy away to someone else. You don't have to do this. Stay on your own. You can do this. You don't need help. Absolutely, you don't need help. And you do need to know that when you get to 5D, there are entities that have been there for a long time. And these entities are not necessarily going to look like what you think they're going to look like. It may be a giant grasshopper that's 12 feet tall, but those are wonderful beings. And any of those beings, if you say, okay, I want to learn how to do telepathy better, or I want to know how to talk to plants better, some entity will immediately pop in front of you in 5D. Don't judge them for the way they look. They are there to teach you because you asked for a teacher. They won't do it for you in 5D. Nobody is going to do anything for you in 5D, but they will assist you if you call. But you don't know who's going to answer that call. So if you expect some cute little fairy that looks like a little blonde white girl with wings splitting around your eyes, you might be sorely disappointed. If you get a giant scorpion in front of you to teach you how to talk to insects and you freak out, guess where you go? That's not a judgment. I'm not scaring you. I'm just saying that's how it works. If you get all shocked and shaken, 5D, there is a momentary lapse. If you go like that and then come out of it, you'll be fine. So if they pop up in front of you and you go, and then you go, oh yeah, I'm in 5D, you'll be fine. If you go, and then you, oh, you'll have to lower. You'll have to lower. You're not allowed to send those fear vibrations to these 5D beings. It's very painful for them. So they've set it up that way. It's not because they don't like you. It's not because you did anything wrong. It's just you vibrated painfully for that arena. So be ready. Be ready for the pigeons, and as most people would call them, the angels, the gods, the Mary Magdalens, the Jesuses that are in 4D. There is a couple Jesuses that are in 5D. They're the ones that sparkled away. They're the ones that um, really they didn't rise from the dead. They disappeared and then they showed up in front of people that followed them. And then one of them did go up in a cloud and the other one did kind of sparkle away. And they are in 5D. They did not leave the game. There are two of them that I know of, and I'm not looking anymore. So too bad. The rest of them are 4D. So anything in those Jesuses in 5D, they're not going to show up and go follow me at all. So anybody that says you need me, follow me, all that bullshit, that's 4D, period, no matter how you feel. And believe me, pigeons will make you feel unbelievably good. Don't fall for it. Or you can fall for it. I mean, you can fall for it, but you're not going to go to 5D. You're more than welcome to fall for it and stay in 4D. I'm just saying, don't fall for it if you're going to go to 5D. Okay. Did somebody ask a question and all that writing there?
Well, we have Michelle who said she had 6 yells here a few days ago. Thought about you. Thanks. So she's getting calls from Bigfoot.
She's talking to the Bigfoot.
Yeah. And then Jonathan, Michelle, mine was a hypnotherapist trying to beckon me.
Oh.
Ah.
Okay, that was creepy, Jonathan. Let's not talk about beckoning hypnotherapist. Yeah, don't mess with that. Hand me my cigarettes, will you? I
Yeah.
need to ground. Okay, guys. So, any questions about high 4D and pigeons?
Spirited NZ. I saw Satan in my vision recently, but I just laughed.
Cool. Well, Satan isn't so bad. Lucky you. You should talk to him. He's pretty interested. Satan is not bad. Lucifer is even cooler. Way better than Jesus or Jehovah, in my opinion. Oh, I'm on public. What was I thinking? I'll hear about that later. No, because I'm not reading the comments anymore, right? Oh, just a heads up for you guys. This is my new manager marketer right here. We will be revamping my what? Business. What's the word for me?
Business.
My business. See, that's why I need a business manager and a marketer, because I don't even know what to call me. So it's going to be revamped. So if you see changes and things changing over the next week or so, don't be shocked and shaken. We are making big changes and kind of streamlining this. All of you who know me and call me and email me, no worries. You can call me, email me just like normal. All the website people, I will be doing this and interacting, but YouTube is going to change quite a bit. The videos on there are going to change. All of the videos that are on YouTube, I will move over to the website so you guys have continual access to them. But YouTube will be a pared down version. And then there will be a site that you can go to get a really extended version. And that's how that will all change. So expect those changes and just move it to the middle, the big box on the top. Just kind of put your finger there and move it around. Over. There you go.
Oh.
And it's magically comes back.
Yay!
Yeah, you guys disappear and I don't ever know why, but it's easy to bring you back with a magic finger. Arrow.
Yeah.
Let's say arrow. That sounds better. Okay. Now, what does anybody else say? Anything?
Let's see. Jonathan says selling services. So that was about his earlier comment, I think. And then
Hypnosis.
Oh,
Yeah.
hypnotherapist
Yeah,
selling
selling
services.
Yeah, stay away from that person.
Yeah. And then
That felt really bad.
Stephanie says, LOL, good catch, Mom. Jonathan says, nice. Doggy says, time to ink a book deal. Oh,
Ink a book deal.
book deal.
Oh yeah, and I
Okay.
am going to be writing a book.
Yes, that will come too.
Because that is the reason why we're revamping all this, because I simply do not have the time to answer everything I've been doing. So I've got to remove myself in order to write the book. And that's just the way it is, folks. I just don't have enough of me or enough time to get everything done. So to get the book done, this is what we've got to do. And it won't affect most of you guys in the website at all. Yeah, not at all. You will get a different version of me, but it'll be more of this. I won't be doing as many videos for YouTube. There'll be a different kind of video, more
Professional, informational, more geared towards the general public for YouTube.
marketing speech. She's much better at this. Took me a while, but I had to work on the timelines to get her over because she wasn't sure, but I got her. She agreed. So yeah, ta-tung-tung. We actually could do that. We actually have the tools. We could go. Come on, bomb. Okay, back to the point at
No,
hand.
I'm not giving you the drum again.
All right. All right. Anybody else say anything?
So Stephanie says, I'm expecting Inca paintings, honestly.
Inca paintings. We could get Inca to paint.
Sure, we
I
could.
bet that would be cool.
Take her little paw.
Yeah, or just let her put it down there and let her walk. I bet I could sell those for more than I could sell mine.
Oh,
A dog painting. Yeah, they'd like that. We could do videos of the dog. This is a whole new branch of my business.
Yeah.
Inca branch.
Yeah. Michelle says she felt a massive energy shift this week.
Yeah, I would have to say it just keeps happening. And I think, Michelle, you see it sooner than most. I've had several other people from other parts of the world that actually felt it stronger than anybody in the United States besides you. but it seems to be wave now, wave after wave after wave, getting stronger and stronger. In other words, the hurricane we were talking about, I think last week or the week before, it hasn't abated at all. It just keeps coming. So it's not like it was before, like it would bring it in and settle. It's not doing that. It's just staying there, and now a stronger wave and a stronger wave and a stronger wave. So you just have to stay on top of those waves. Surf it
Michelle says it was different and more.
for you. I didn't really feel anything other than the balancing. So unless you were feeling the balancing, which ebbs and flows depending upon where you are, was it the whole planet or where you are? Which one was it? Or the solar system, or could you tell?
My ears were real bad a few days ago.
Yeah. Hers was, it's getting so that I'm kind of writing these things above. So I've got to get more data before I can tell what it is.
Michelle says
For the whole planet?
Right.
Was it 2 days ago? 2 or 3 days ago? Takes a minute for them to come back.
Michelle says yes.
Okay, it was the same round. Um,
Yeah, it was a strong one. I felt like my whole head was muffled.
yeah, and I was with her. That's when I first got here. I felt really, really, really good. At the same time, she was feeling muffled. So it may just be a hit of a really, really high frequency because I was running really high anyway. So it would not have felt anything to me but good. It would have felt really, really good. And I felt really, the same time she was having a muffled head, muffled ears, I was feeling really, really good. But I was out here because she has like lots of land around her. So, and there's a river around her, and there's animals, and it's very
And Bigfoot.
in Bigfoots. So to me, it was a big relief. I was finally back out into nature. So I don't know that I would have felt the difference. I can go back and find the timeline, but really, what's happening now is the divine masculine and feminine are assimilating the undivine and balancing. And that's going to take a while, folks. I mean, it just is. So depending upon what you're dealing with at any time and space, you could have, if you're not in that state, if you're not in that moment, say if you're a little more undefined or a little bit unbalanced, then you're going to feel it stronger than somebody that is riding that wave of balancing and assimilating. And it is way, way, way powerful, period. And it's been going on since it started. This is not the time to fall off your game because it is so powerful and so strong that it will knock you back up anyway. I mean, you will get back at this point. That's why I mean, you guys that are at this rate, you could make a conscious decision to stay into 4D, but it would be high 4D because you're moving too fast. More than likely, you're just going to move on to 5D. So really, the work's been done. Now write it out. Do what you have been doing and just relax into it. It'll be a whole lot easier. Stop trying so hard. The work's been done. Now just ride the wave. The wave's already in. Once divine masculine and feminine hit, if you're there, all you've got to stay is up with it, and that's it. You're riding the wave all the way into shore. You're done. So now's the fun part. So just relax. Everybody just relax. And those that aren't riding the wave, if you're still fighting, that's the deal. You need to get up out of that. You need to get up on top of the wave. So find out most of what this is about is undivine feminine and masculine and a balancing act. It's going to be 1, 2, or 3. Whatever it is you're out of alignment in, it's going to be because you're undivine masculine, undivine feminine, or you're out of balance. You're down to 3 questions now. For now. Once it gets balanced, I'm sure there'll be another hit with something else. But right now, the divine masculine, the divine feminine has been so out of kilter that this is going to take a while. And anybody that looks around at the news, not through like CNN or Fox, but objectively from people, you can see that these things are changing really, really fast. I mean, huge things are happening really, really fast. But you've got to choose to go there. If you're going to choose not to see them, or you can ignore them and ride the wave. But if you're going to look at the undivine, it's going to throw you. If you're having a bad day with the hubby, it's going to throw you. If the woman at the store was kind of screechy, it's going to throw you. You're going to have to start using all that stuff I've told you and start practicing it now. Alrighty? So, anybody else say anything?
Yeah, you've got Connie Thankson. How many Jesuses did you meet out there, and how different were they?
Oh, there was 32 to 35. I can't remember what I said, but something like that. There were 32 to 35. They were very similar, actually, very similar. I could see how they had collected the data from the Jesus types and put it all together in one book. It was easy to see. They were really people from the Middle Eastern area who had gone to the East and brought back basic concepts that were in Buddha, Hindu, and the I Ching, and what's the other one? The one that doesn't sound like it looks. Anyway, the Eastern belief systems back then. So it's those basic concepts they all came back with. And it's very much alive and kicking if you read the New Testament. And then they tweaked them, of course, to set up fear and put rules and regulations and turned it into a monotheistic religion. But those Jesuses had nothing to do with that. All of the Jesuses, even the ones that are in 4D, which is 32 of them, the one that was involved in Course in Miracles, he's in 4D. And if you read A Course in Miracles, it's got a lot more truth into it, absolutely. And evidently, that was one of the Jesuses that channeled through some chick who wrote The Course in Miracles. And it has a lot more truth in it, but it still comes down to he says, you've got to come through me, which is pure D pigeon. That's pure D pigeon move. Very high love and light, but you got to come through here, which is total bullshit. Is this Connie Connie? Connie from far away.
Connie Bangson.
Bangson.
Hi, Connie.
Hi, Connie.
Hi, Connie.
All right.
She says also, I wake up buzzing, and that was in response to the earlier
Who is that?
Connie.
Connie. Yeah, that's the same thing.
So,
Buzzing, pressure, ringing in your ears, dizziness, blurred vision. You can get nauseated. Jonathan has petit mal seizures. That is all. Oh, well, that leads us into your physical self. So let's talk about that for a minute.
Connie says she's in California.
Hi, Connie. In
And by
California.
the way, you have a lot of other
Connie
people
in
joining.
California. Oh, well, hello.
Yeah, you have
Hello, who?
Goodbye Girl 1,
Hello,
David's
Goodbye Girl.
Corner of the Galaxy,
Hi, David.
Connie, Jonathan, Michelle, Spirited NZ.
Hi, Deb.
Yeah, Spirited NZ said her ears were buzzing a couple days
Yeah.
ago.
That's very common. Now, the reason why a lot of those symptoms are occurring, let us talk about that for a minute, because it has gotten to be a sore subject with me. The New Agers, since what, 25, 30 years ago, really big on talking to your higher self, which I don't know why. That's not that hard to do as long as you shut up and listen. It's a tiny little voice as long as you shut up and ask a question. Easy. Don't know why that's a big deal. But nonetheless, there's been a whole lot of hoopla about talking to your higher self, which, by the way, is not another being. That is you. You're talking to you. You are talking to you. A very close part of you. This isn't, it's like your child self talking to your teenage self. It's not that big of a leap, guys. Okay? Now, it is a much bigger leap for you to talk to your physical self. And let me tell you why. The body has got its separate consciousness. It is agreed to work in tandem with you in this body. Okay? So it's basically allowed you to kind of be like you've taken it over. Like you are the, when they have those things where some bad demon comes and takes over the body of somebody. Okay, this is
Possession.
possession.
Yeah.
It's an agreed upon possession. Okay, the physical body and its consciousness, which is separate from you, other than the fact that we're all one, of course, but that physical body that's a separate consciousness has agreed to be possessed by your consciousness. Your consciousness is directly tied to your higher self and up. Okay, there's a gap now. You're running in this body, you're in this body, you make all the decisions. Poor body has no control. It's allowed you to take control, and nobody's talking to their physical consciousness. And I've said this before, as you move up really fast, you're dragging this physical body, who was born in 3D, by the way, giving it very little care and love and concern. You decide that you're going to be a vegan. You decide you're going to be a meat eater. You decide when you're going to smoke and when you're going to drink and what you're going to take a deep breath and when you're not, without any consideration for the poor physical consciousness who actually is this body. So if you want those things to be relieved, buzziness and your state of health to improve as you do this, I suggest strongly that you learn to listen to your physical body. That will be a much different little voice. Now, again, you can hear it by shutting up your brain, stop thinking, go into a meditative state, stop thinking, and ask your physical body a question. Any question you want to ask it, it doesn't matter. The little voice that comes in immediately, instantly is your body talking to you. Okay, your higher self will not interfere, source will not interfere. Nobody's going to answer that with a small tiny voice if you direct a question at your body. So if you want these things to not happen, ask your body if it's okay, ask it if it needs anything, ask it how it's doing, all the time. Now, up until this point, it really wasn't as big of a deal because we were moving so slow that your body could make allowances for a lot of things. But now you're moving so fast that you've really got to start paying attention to what your physical body needs. Okay? Got it. Okay, next.
Can we scroll up here because we missed?
I think you see that bar over there. If
Yeah.
you put the little arrow on that gray bar down,
You have to
or
go
that,
up one. Goodbye,
that
girl.
works too.
Goodbye, girl. Had hi, Naya and company. Naya, could you talk more about the book? Facts, 4D, 5D info. I'm excited.
Well, I will probably write the book like I do the videos, which means I'll start writing it. I'll start with my NDE and then I'll let it flow with what is supposed to be written when I write it. If I enjoy writing it and I'm having a good time, Sandra and I are going to be traveling together wherever we're going to go. We don't know where we're going to go. We're going to go wherever we feel like going. As long as I've got the time, once the first book's written, I'll go to the next and the next and the next. And they'll flow as they're meant to. As they're meant to. I don't pre plan. I don't think anymore. I stay in the now. So what is meant to be will be. What is meant to be written is what I will write. I won't replan. Other than starting with my NDE, I have no idea. It will be exactly what you need, though. That's exactly what it'll be. It'll be exactly what people need to hear. Okay? Trust me on this.
Michelle feels amazing. Nothing new there. No. Hey, Michelle. And then let's see. People are saying hi. Michelle says she sees the green man behind you.
Oh, awesome. I would imagine the green man spends a lot of time in Jeannie's world. I would imagine that is he's kind of a common occurrence here.
Show me what I need to know. Just got there.
Well, hi there, stranger. Haven't seen you in forever and a day. Love you, love you.
And Stephanie says, haha, you see him too. High five.
There's the two magical creature people in their own little world, high-fiving.
Yeah.
Now, since they're in a magical world, there is no such thing as time and space. So the funny thing is, they actually can high five. And they both know it. Eventually, all of you will too. You'll see. It's fun.
Tell me what I need to know. Loves these live streams. David's Corner of the Galaxy, we are doing much better getting to know each other. I think meaning his physical body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He had a real disconnect with his physical body. I would say he knows that he didn't have a whole long time more to live if he didn't start talking to his physical body. So we had a long talk, and he really got connected with his physical body very quickly and started listening very quickly. He learned how to do it very fast. David did. It was pretty amazing to watch, quite frankly. I wish I was good as some of you guys. I was way more stubborn. It took me a lot longer. It even took me longer after I died and came back with all the memories. I was still stubborn. So, yeah, I totally get where you guys are coming from. It's the reason why I do what I do is because I think I'm the worst one of it all, trying to go through these things. So that's why I do the videos that I do. Oh, we were talking about starseed. I was reaching starseeds. What was that about? That I was trying to reach starseeds because
Oh, that got into the whole how they're going to try and trick us in
it was the
4D,
same thing.
and how one of the pulls will be the family connection. You know,
Oh, yeah.
Like Palladium.
Yeah,
right?
there.
Like you're part of our Palladian family. You know, that
Yeah,
sort of
don't
thing.
you guys? Every human being on this planet now has Pleiadian genes in them. Has whatever name them. Arcturian. You, they can do that honestly. They can come to you and try to get you won over to their side, and they can say, "Oh, because you miss starseeds miss that oneness that we have on the other side, where we're never alone. You know everything about everyone all the time. We miss that here, so they will try that. The pigeons will try that ploy with the Pleiadian. Come, you're part of our planet, and that feels good because nothing else here has worked. But that is not any more true than it is for your next door neighbor. There's Pleiadian genes in you, Arcturian, and way more Lyrian. All of that is in every single human at this point, and much, much, much more. So, I mean, you're welcome to go to Pleiades and Arcturus, or whatever they call it, or Lyrica, or whatever they call it. You can go. You're more than welcome to go play there, but that is not 5D, and you will probably have all kinds of cool experiences. But that's not 5D. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying that's not where I'm going. That's not what my videos are talking about, and that's not 5D. That's all I'm saying. Anybody else?
So Connie says, hi, also was told I have 50 different timeline lives, have 50 kids and 200 grandkids. Will listen to body.
You have, Connie, you have a lot more timelines than that. Starseeds don't have as many as humans do, but they have more than you can imagine, so there's no point in discussing it. You have a lot more children than that. It's not really relevant. You'll collapse all that eventually, and you'll have all those experiences will come together at one time. They'll collapse all together. And technically speaking, you don't have any children. That's all an illusion. That's just other people playing like they're your children. And so if you've got somebody that's telling you you've got a bunch of children somewhere, that's pigeon, pure D pigeon, because you don't really have any children. You have the illusion of children. Your bodysuit has passed down genetic coding and different timelines to what looks like children. But in reality, these are all um, beings. We're all beings from outside this game. We've always been. We've always be. Nobody is child of anybody else. We're just playing roles like we're mother, children, employee, employer, uh, men, women. That's all just an illusion. It's just a game we're playing. You don't have really any children other than the illusion of children. So whoever told you that, 50, what an odd number. I wonder why they chose that. Out of the blue? It's a nice round number for a human mind. I don't know. You couldn't count your human mind, your human brain, your human skin suit brain could not fathom all the timelines that you have. And a starseed's timelines are nothing compared to what a human's timelines are. It's simply the way it's done. It's hard to explain. But the ones that you're concerned about is the consciousness that you're aware of right here. Don't worry about the other timelines, other than to be happier and happier and slide into those other aspects. As you go higher, the lower versions aspects will be assimilated into others and collapse into others as the defractaling occurs. Hopefully that answered the question or the statement.
If not, comment again at the bottom.
Exactly.
Show me what I need to know. Naya, have you thought about getting involved with, I don't know if that's LANDS, if that's an L, or IANDS, all capitals.
What is that? Because I don't recognize.
IANDS?
I'm
Yeah,
not
what's
sure what that
IANDS?
is.
Oh, it's an
IANDS?
NDE organization.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, actually, they talked to me and wanted me to go somewhere. There's some city, I think Dallas, to do a talk. I just haven't done it.
They're a good organization.
Because I think they pretty much have open things that anybody can go in and share their NDE. I could go to any of them. That's pretty much that what I understood when they were talking to me. It wasn't a me special event. It was NDE. Anybody come up, stand up, and say what you want to say. I don't really think much about anything. I figure they just kind of flow and happens. I will leave that to the marketing manager.
IANDS would be a good place for her.
She will follow up on that and tell me what to do
Her business.
because I don't think. I just flow. So yeah, that's why I need a manager, because I don't think. So thank you for bringing that up, and I'll hand that over to the manager. Thank you very much. Next question. Write that down.
Goodbye, Girl 1. I have no doubt your book will be what I need and trust you completely. So many people need this info. I have very little fear now that I know I am a creator God.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear that. Worth every bit of it when I can hear that. One person out of fear, I feel that that's a score, and considering there's been way more than that over the last year, it's been worth doing this. I don't regret it. Times I have regretted it. Okay, most of the time I don't regret it.
little
Now that I have a
moments.
manager, I will not regret it as much because I don't know what I'm doing to organize everything.
Michelle says the sky here today was filled with silver white dragons.
Holy moly.
Cool.
Okay, I'll rewind that day so that I can see that. Totally worth it to do that. I love the silver white dragons. Some of my favorite dragons are the silver white dragons. Yeah, the sky was full of them. Well,
Yeah.
that was what, 3 dragons? Or did they make themselves smaller so they could fly around? Because
Yeah.
dragons full sighted would be 3.
If I were able to see dragons, that's the color I would want to see them.
Silver white.
They are beautiful. I can't even. Well, all the dragons are beautiful. About the time I say, well, those are the most beautiful, then I'll see another one. Like the blue ones are like what's that shell that's all those different colors of blue and it has pinks in it?
Oh yeah,
And
like
they take
the
that
mother
shell.
of pearl kind of.
Oh,
Yeah, like that. Only it's
opalescent.
blue, opalescent, like
Yeah.
blue. The dragons are like that, and they're just but all the dragons will like glow. It's like they're backlit. So the colors, it looks like there's light coming through them. They're just pretty. The Pegasus are like that too a lot of times. Not always, because you can have one that looks just like a horse or a bird with the wings are just like a regular bird, a white bird, a black bird. But a lot of the Pegasus do the same thing. Depends upon where they are. They do that backlit thing. Really, really pretty.
Yeah, Connie says never had a kid, so
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Don't worry about the
yeah.
50 lives or 200 kids or vice versa. It's not relevant to you. Stay in your now. Don't let those guys sidetrack you, spread you out. It's interesting to know the aspects, but really, you're so much bigger than you think you are that your higher self is handling all those aspects of you. You're just in one aspect at a time from this perspective. And that's all you need to worry about. That's all you can worry about. So don't worry about the rest of it.
Oh, what did Deb say? Abalone.
Abalone. Yes,
That's it.
abalone. Deb is really good at that. She's forever like,
Picking things out of your
the
head.
other day I couldn't come up with a word and she came up with it out. And I don't even think I said 2 or 3 things. And she had it right. I was like, yeah, like that. Exactly.
Communicating with you.
Mm-hmm.
David had many timeline experiences, a lot of deja vu experiences, actually recognizing many timeline shifts this week.
Very good. Very good. Are you doing it on purpose? Going to happier and happier ones? That's what you want to do. You want to recognize that so you move over happier and happier, get control of it, figure out that you're a god. You can do anything. That's what we want you to know. You're a god. Oh, we're public. That's why we've got other people on. Could figure out where these other people are coming from. Who are these people off the website? I don't remember them from the website.
Yeah, we
Oh yeah, we're public. We
went public on
went
accident.
public. That's all right. We'll talk to the non-website people because that's fun occasionally to do too.
Connie saw reptilian people don't believe me. Then got home and lizard on wall in the house in December seemed like warning was baby lizard.
No, it wasn't a warning. Just when you're dealing with the reptilians, they're just playing a role. They're not they can play really bad guys and they can play just people, reptilians in human form. And they're just playing a role too. They're in amnesia. The gig was to try to get to 3D. They played the role of the bad guy. That's all. That's all. That's all. That's all. Don't give it more credence than it is. It's just a game. We're all just playing a game. Don't get all bent and bothered about this. And as you figure that out and you understand that this is just the best video game ever, and this is the avatar, and you're playing an avatar, then you disconnect from all of this stuff so much. So you're not really a woman, you're not really a man, you're much, much more than that. You're just playing the role of a woman or man. You're not a good guy, you're not a bad guy, you're just playing the role of a good guy or a bad guy. You can't get it wrong because there really isn't anything, it's like a video game. If your friend and you are playing a video game and you're playing the bad guy and they're playing the good guy, does that mean that your friend is the bad guy? No, it just means they're playing the role of the bad guy. That's all. When you're done, you walk away, have pizza. It's no big deal. That's how this is. It's just a really, really good video game. So that you get really totally immersed and totally entrenched in it. And that was what people wanted to do. Now, the reason why Star Seeds are here is because Gaia played a role and now she's done. And we're just making it a little bit easier for her to leave the game and go have pizza. It's like that. But there are lots of people that are still in the video game, and it's like, wow, it's like World of Warcraft. And we're part of the people that are leaving the game because we're going to have pizza. And there's lots of people that are still playing the game. Ignore the ones that are playing the game. They're not bothering you. So just leave the game. That's it. Don't bother them. They're still playing the game. Walk away. You walk away and leave them alone. That's the polite thing to do. That's what you would do in World of Warcraft. Do the same thing here. I know that's hard to believe because it feels so real, but you'll see. And whenever you're done and you leave this, you're going to say the same thing that we all do. You're going to say, holy shit, I can't believe that worked. I cannot believe I forgot I was a god. I can't believe that stuff felt so real. That's what you're going to say. I promise you. Mark my words. You're going to say that.
Show me what I need to know. Just wanted to say thanks for everything, Naya. Your videos have helped me immensely. Seriously, thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. I love you bunches. Mwah.
Connie, do they have fire from the mouth? I guess the dragons. Wish I could sit down to talk one-on-one. Thanks. We'll stay in now.
Do the dragons breathe fire? Yes, they can, but it doesn't hurt. Just looks like fire. But it's not like fire that you know of that would burn you or burn you alive. It just looks like fire. They also breathe what looks like ice. They also breathe what looks like fog. They also breathe what looks like all kinds of weird stuff. But none of it will hurt you. That's a part of what humans added to the dragon story to make you afraid of them. Nothing that they do will ever hurt you. Dragons are awesome. some of the most wise magical creatures out there, without a doubt, are the dragons. The big, big dragons. And they're big, big things.
Connie says, okay, game it is.
Game On.
Yeah.
For those of you who haven't seen that, look up Game On Stephanie. Refer to Stephanie. She'll tell you where to get it because that's a funny, funny song. Video.
Goodbye, girl. I started doing meditation where I talked to my higher self last week. Was a praying mantis looking creature. Took me by surprise. I asked him he was supposed to be there. It said it was answering the call.
I would clear your mind and do meditation again. I didn't see the praying mantis that you got. One of the beings in 4D that's high level is the mantis people. This is not 5D. These are 4D. And yeah, they answered the call because you didn't trust that that higher self was you. You've got to, when you're doing meditation and you call in your higher self, you've got to understand that you're talking to yourself. If you call on your higher self like it's another being, or it's better than you, or more knowledgeable than you, or in any way, you're going to get probably a high level 4D being that's going to step in and try to fill the role. And they're going to say, yeah, you were calling me. No, you weren't. You want to talk to yourself. And it will feel like yourself. It will look like yourself. You will recognize it as self. It's not going to come in some weird package. It's not going to talk to you in some weird language. It is you. It is you from a higher perspective, is all. What you're doing is you're understanding that there, as above, so below, and there's a higher part of yourself that is the God that you are, that you're down here and you're kind of in amnesia and you want to access that other part of you. As I've said before, if you go into your child self and you operate from your child self can very easily, if you were to separate them out, they only have so much knowledge. And then it goes from your child self to your preteen self, then your teen self, then your young adult, and so on. So your child self, if they could talk to the adult part of self, they would ask it questions. That's what you can do. You are the child self, and you have access to the preteen, the teen, and the adult. You can talk to that part of you because it's up and down instead of linear. Okay. So whereas in human form, your child self and then your preteen, it goes sideways. And so you can't go backwards, and your child self can't pop forwards because you don't believe it. Not because you can't, because you don't believe it. So you couldn't, but in this way, you can. All you got to do is believe it. But understand that that's just another part of you. Don't reach outside of it. When you have the belief that when you call on higher self, it's not going to answer with your words, it's going to answer with your vibration. And if your vibration of belief is that that higher self is something outside of you that's better than you, I guarantee you, you're going to get 4D beams every single time. You've got to understand that you're talking to yourself. So when you meditate, you don't say, I'm going to talk to my higher self outside of myself. Oh, wise and wonderful above me being. No, you're going to say, hey, you, part of me, I'm lost. Give me a hand. I need some help. Try to use words that are much more practical that you would use with yourself. Don't use, oh, wise and awesome, ooh, wah, woo words, because that will get you to a 4D being. You need to talk to you like you would talk to you. Nobody's listening but you anyway. It doesn't matter how you say it. Talk to you how you would talk to you, and you will get you. Okay?
Spirited NZ wants sparkly pizza in 5D.
All right, you got it. Pizza party all around, sparkly pizza.
Yeah, Connie says pizza it is. Connie, not hard to believe. Listen to you so much. Thank you. You are the cat's meow. Candace Flesher.
Oh, hi, Candace.
Hi,
I
Naya.
haven't talked to you in forever. How you been?
She says, nice to see you again. Ellie K. So are aliens the same as us, but using a different type of avatar?
Yes, you got it. Dead on right. Excellent. Excellent catch. Now, we are the only ones that have been to deep 3D. Earth was the first one that did that. Humans are the first one that did that. But the rest of the aliens around all of 4D are all in partial amnesia, just like you, playing avatars from gods in avatar form. Absolutely. As are all 4D beings, including Jehovah and Satan, not Lucifer, Satan, Jehovah, the Jesuses in 4D, etc., etc. The angels, Michael, all of them. Like, who's the purple flame guy? That dude that's always calling on the. Oh, that's another one. But there's some dude that calls in the purple flame. Yeah, all of those guys are they're all playing avatars. Yep, absolutely. And at the end of the day, in the now, when you're outside of time space, you're going to laugh and joke with all of those people, all of those entities. You're going to be meeting at the pub after the movie, after the game, having pizza and laughing. Just X that out.
Jermaine.
Jermaine, yes. Who was that? Was that Deb?
No, that's Veritas Extraordinaire.
Okay, yeah. It was like, whatchamacface Jermaine. Yeah, he's another 4D. He's got a lot of energy through the New Agers. That something Germain. What was the first? Something Germain. Can't remember. Anyway, that dude, he's got a lot of energy. He's like rocking it when it comes to 4D.
Saint Germain.
Saint Germain. Yeah, as far as Saints
Okay.
goes, he's rocking it. He's pulled a lot of energy from people that are giving it up, especially with that purple flame thing. Next.
Connie, my dreams are so vivid lately. I am remembering them throughout the day. Very unusual from past dreams. I love being a god.
Excellent. Isn't it fun? It's so much more fun being a god than a human. I love it too.
Goodbye, girl says, yikes, I'll tell Mantis Man, wrong number. I'm
Exactly.
a work in progress.
That's okay. Bow out gracefully. They're used to it. Say, nope, got that wrong. I'll do it again. Practice, practice, practice. You'll get it.
Ellie K. Who or what is behind the animal avatars? A different type of soul or higher self?
Neither one. They're completely different. They're the same as we are. It's just they decided to come down and be in animal form rather than human form. Human form is the lowest, most least enlightened version on this planet. The plants and animals are all more aware. They have far less amnesia to none compared to a human. They came to play an easier role. It's hard to be an amnesia. It's the most difficult gig. So the long-term humans are the ones that have had the most difficult gig, as per se. The animals that have the most amnesia are the ones that are closest to humans. So dogs, cats, horses, cows, anything that's closer to human, they have more amnesia. Closer you get to a human, you have to have more amnesia to play with them because humans have a lot of amnesia. They don't, most plants and animals that are wild, they're all telepathic. They can change their vibration. They can collapse space and time. Those are gods too, just like we are. They're just, instead of coming to play as me, they came to play as a tulip. That's all.
Michelle says, you guys look fabulous. Thanks for the chat. Love to all. Smile.
Bye bye. Love you.
Yeah. Ellie K says, I knew it. And
Then why did you ask? Is time up? What's the time?
we are at 8 here.
Okay.
Or 9 o'clock rather.
That's it, guys. That's the hour. We're done. There is our bell. Love talking with you. It was really fun being with the public this time. So that ended up being okay. It was nice talking to everybody. And we'll see you guys. Bye, everybody on the website.
Bye,
Love
everyone.
you. Love you bunches. And you put in stream. In stream.
Good night. Bye.
Bye, 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 John Boy.
Good night, Jeff.
As for people who know the Waltons, then you push it again.